Welcome to Beyond the Velvet Rope with Neil Oates Jr., the podcast that takes you on an extraordinary journey into the world of luxury service. Join us as we unlock the secrets, stories, and strategies behind exceptional experiences. From anticipating VIP needs to crafting unforgettable memories, we'll guide you on a path to service excellence in the realm of the affluent. Let's elevate your expertise and redefine the art of world-renowned service. Here's your host, Neil Oates Jr.
What's up, world-renowned family? Neil Oates Jr. here with a special guest friend of mine, Rony Thessier. What's up, sir?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. So we're here at the C5 Summit in Hard Rock Hotel.
Hollywood, Florida.
This has been a goal of ours to get connected for quite some time. So first, for our viewers, for our audience, tell people who Rony Thessier is.
Well, Rony Thessier is your full-time agent with a smile, educator, not sales guy, family, wholesome, the person you already know that you didn't know.
And the one that you want to know.
Let's go.
Okay. So here's where we had some conversation before this.
Of course.
We had a lot of conversation. And some fantastic stuff came from that. So we're going to try to rehash some of it for our viewers.
Okay.
Right? So the first thing is, we talked about different jobs and how many jobs you work as a young man. Still only 19 years old right now, right?
Oh, boy. I wish at 22, then I'm good.
Okay. so 39 years old. But we talked about the number of jobs you've worked in your lifetime.
Of course.
What do you think that number is, roughly?
Somewhere around 20, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so on that, people hear that, they're like, man,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Hell yeah.
So here's what I would ask. Why work so many? Where did that work ethic, or not even the work ethic, the willingness to try so much new stuff, where does that come from?
So, all actuality, my first job was at 13, selling candy. So you put 13 with, do the math.
Yeah.
39 minus 13, that's 26 years, baby. So I get around. But my willingness to explore new things were to always level up, always get a new skill, always take that skill and apply it to a new setting to get better compensation or to learn more to get better outlook plus compensation out of whatever it is that I'm doing. And that number comes from never wanting to be stubborn or complacent or too comfortable. Okay, so right there, but you have this drive not to be complacent and comfortable, but also we would hear like 20 new things. That's a lot of fear, right? I'm afraid to try that much because then I'm going to fail. I might do something and it might not work out. How do you decide not to let fear keep you from trying something new? Well, failing is inevitable. It's how you learn, how you pivot, how you make something better. You know, we're not still driving the Model T in 2024, are we?
No, you're not.
Most people don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
So it's just that simple. You can't be afraid to succeed. Okay. So it's the same for the other way. You can't be afraid to fail because failure is a part of success.
Now, you talking about failure, part of success, that we can't be stubborn, but you were not born here in the United States, correct?
No, I've been here since 1991, came here when I was 6.
From?
Haiti.
Okay, so when you're Haitian, that means that you have this thing, right? And we talked about...
You have that American dream.
Okay, now you laugh when you say it, right? You laugh when you say it. But being in real estate, we hear about this thing called the American dream, home ownership. But here's the thing, to segue, it's you're leaving your country with a purpose, right? Yeah. So it might be different for somebody who's already here and experienced. So I'm going to stop you because right here, for instance, me being born in this country, I believe in our real estate space. I believe that those who left everything they had to come here, I think they're at a greater advantage than someone who's born here.
Because the drive is like ingrained in the movement. The relocation, the repatriation, that is for a reason to achieve better. So when, like most immigrant group, when you get here, you assess what you had and what you're getting away from to what you can get to, and it's a whole different mindset.
So we talk about the positive side of it, right? Like you came here, you have a dream, you have a drive, but coming in 6 years old, right? Yeah. New country. Families here, you all left something to come here and chase this thing. Couldn't have been easy.
Nah, man, you dress weird. You don't speak the language. The kids want to bully you. You don't know what they saying.
Hold on, wait. And so when you're talking about dressing weird and being bullied, you're not being bullied or made fun of by people who look different than you. Mm-hmm. These are people
that look like you, because you're not. When you're in a certain income bracket or a certain demographic bracket, you find people that resemble you for a sense of comfort, more or less.
Right.
Unless you're repatriating with a whole wad of cash and have connections, of course you're going to land amongst the people that look like you, that you think you can connect the easiest to your community. So
being a young person coming in, learning lessons that many of us, like, we might have seen it or heard about it, like I read about it, but experiencing that firsthand, how did that impact who Rony is today?
Well, coming from an immigrant household, it's more structured and disciplined, and you don't get to assimilate to your environment, like go out and do whatever you want. No. So in that time, you have more time in your own space to learn from your family dynamic, to kind of like to formulate a plan, more or less, without formulating a plan. Less distraction, less activities.
When you're learning from your family and the dynamic, you're seeing what you like and what you don't like, right?
Yep.
What has worked, what isn't going to work.
What isn't working, income-wise, what isn't working, situationally with living conditions or housing type, and seeing what more I can achieve when I have the chance to make my own decisions. Because as an immigrant child, all your decisions are made for you up until you leave the house. So depending on what age you leave the house, it could be at 19 like I did, or at 30 something like most people do. Your decisions are made for you as long as you're under that roof, you know.
Okay. Now you talk about 19 leaving home, or 30, right? Immigrant household. Now you, husband, father, right? 17-year-old and a 12-year-old, soon to be 13.
Oh, yes, soon to be 13.
Now, with what?
2 teenagers. Wow. Jeez.
Hey, you act like this the first, like.
I'm aging myself right now.
Did you forget how old you were?
Never.
Hey, he was like,
boy, listen, it was cool in here, and I started sweating when I heard that.
Okay. So you now having a 17-year-old, 12-year-old, soon to be 13-year-old, with what you have learned, what you've gained, what you've accomplished, how is it being a father? Right now, well, first let me ask you this: do you still have the immigrant mindset?
Yes and no. No, in the sense that it's no longer foreign.
Okay.
It's more tangible than before. And yes, in the sense that you can never get complacent or comfortable.
So you still got that drive.
You still have to have the drive, because at any minute at a time, you got to step up to the plate and handle something that is lacking in the overall bigger picture of the family structure, whether it's a relative that need assistance or, distance or close.
Yeah.
Because those voids are there. There's a lot of holes there that, unfortunately, the younger generation that are achieving success and having some kind of a monetary autonomy has to pitch in to help.
Okay.
So you can't be complacent in that sense, as well as having 2 kids.
Okay. So
or even having one.
so now let's talk about the kid piece, right? Being dad, leader, example, because you're an example, whether good or bad. We talked about growing up, 3 channels, maybe 4, depending on where you live.
Yeah.
Right.
The turn dial.
And the turn dial, but
bunny ear.
But then really just going in, 13 years old, working, having a job. 17-year-old, brilliant daughter, doing her thing. 12-year-old son, intentional, focused on what he likes.
Of course.
How is it being a dad with your cultural ties and what you know and what you're used to, raising kids in the U.S. in 2024?
Well, I'm more lenient than my parents were.
Is that a good thing or bad thing? Or
it's neutral, because to a certain extent, because, business first type of mindset, but still be a kid. Still have that balance of respect and that youthfulness, but make sure you're not distracted by the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of smoke and mirrors today.
So in that sense, soft discipline.
Okay.
Best way I could put it. I might coin that phrase. Soft discipline.
Soft discipline. Let's go. Okay. And so how do you juggle? How do you determine between, yes, let's handle our business, but also be a kid, experience life, experience everything that today has? How are you doing that?
I think more or less that's like from, not letting my son sit in front of the computer for 10, 12 hours.
But that's normal today, right? So how do you fight normal and instill that in a young man today?
I think normal is one thing, being the right thing or the best thing is a different thing.
Because normal and right are not the same.
It's not the same.
Okay.
You just got to be strong-willed and have a vision, a family vision going forward to have a continuation and not just let things drop off after you. So I think more or less that's the best way I can put it as far as having him not be in front of the computer for too long of a time, exploring what he likes, and now we even go to the gym together. So we're working out on the treadmill.
Wait. So
twice a week.
So on the treadmill, is he lifting any weights?
Not yet.
Okay, because I'm waiting for that day for me to see you and you to have that black eye.
Nah.
And then he be like, what's up, little fella?
Nah.
It ain't gonna happen.
We're working on the core, working on the discipline of working out versus just going pumping iron. Oh my, I'm stiff and I have a little muscle type of deal. Like more like, okay, what's your goal? What do you want your body? What do you want to get out of this? Okay. More so than let's just go pump some iron.
Gotcha.
Get buff and
all right,
act up.
Get buff and act up, and then start talking crazy to pops, right?
Yeah. Then I have to,
he like, hey, you gotta show him
take
this
off
thing.
the suit.
hey, be like, boy, come on, knuckle up.
Don't want to rip my sleeves. You feel me? I got to take off the suit. Let's get it.
All right. So we've talked about the family piece, maybe some of the upbringing. What about business, right? So real estate agent, right now, successful real estate agent.
So going back to the family aspect.
Yes, sir.
Because we got to put a little piece and component to that, like what I said about continuation of progress.
Yeah.
And that also entails instilling that same business mindset into my kids and showing them how to bank at an early age. Banking. Listen, you could do digital coining all you want, but banking is not going anywhere. Relationship building, credit building is instrumental to carrying on that legacy. So I teach them that at an early age as well, because that's financial responsibility, self-responsibility, and longevity over time.
Yeah. So let's go back right here. And when we are talking about the whole idea of, teaching them and showing them, right? I know something that we were talking about, for instance, kids being on the computer playing video games, but I know we are big relational people.
Of course.
Right? So they might see someone or talk to someone in the game, but you still saying, hey, I need you to get out here, press the flesh, interact.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you?
Listen, in the real world, the business get done face to face. Even tech companies do business face to face.
We forget that.
We forget that, right?
Yeah.
So it's instrumental that you can hold a conversation, make eye contact, and convey sincerity in any business aspect.
I just saw you do that at the coffee shop, right? So coffee shop, you sit here, and the baristas, they were like this, like, man, this guy has made me feel like I am the only person in this big old hotel, and it was a beautiful thing. And so that's why I'm sitting back being a fan, and I'm like this. I'm like, I'm not letting Ronnie around my clients. I said, boy, this guy right here, smooth as butter.
Listen, everybody is somebody. You just got to get down to the granular level, and you never know who's who and who knows who.
Yeah.
And you never know when that good gesture, making someone's day, will come back in tenfold.
Yeah, because it might not come from them, but we're going to say God coming back. Others might say the universe or something.
Or it might be karma. Some people say karma, but
infinite intelligence, whatever it is.
It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Me, personally, I don't know about others. It makes me feel better. So that's why I do it. It's a natural thing for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So we put that on the family, teaching them, showing them bank. Gotta bank.
Gotta bank. Banking and credit. Banking and credit.
Come on.
Banking and credit. Listen.
So we had
you can move mountain with credit.
we had conversations that we're not going to put on camera, but
of course,
credit is important. And There's just the literacy of how to use it, how to leverage it. What can we do? What can't we do? Where did your knowledge? Were you raised in a household where that was important?
We were banking. I started my bank account. First bank account was at 8 years old.
Come on, dude.
And we were only in the country maybe 2 years prior to that.
Come on.
so it's a different mindset.
So where did that mindset come from?
My mom. You know, she's a strong lady.
She came here and she knew that we had to, or did she try to figure out and learn?
We had family members already here, so we had that cushion of being able to, you know, kind of have a soft landing, basically. But, you know, in addition, we had that soft landing, but she's also an adult with kids. So, you know, you got to find your way pretty quickly. Yeah. So we had a little help in that sense of knowing how to set up and get running. And my mom has always been a business person.
Really?
Yeah, she's had her shop in Haiti. She owns real estate as well. She has investment property out there. So
fantastic.
It's like in the bloodline, you know.
Okay.
I never looked at it in that aspect until I got into real estate and realized, oh shit, it's been to me all this time.
Good stuff.
You know? Yeah.
So now let's move to real estate. You talk about your mom having investments and doing that, and now you're in the industry only 9 years.
Yeah.
Right. And you have moved mountains. Now we still got work to do, right? But think about it.
Another sweating point. I gotta wipe the sweat off.
Hey, now, don't y'all reach out to Ronnie asking for no loans and everything. Don't be. Well, you can ask for a loan. He might give you a favorable term, but don't ask for no handout.
Don't ask for loans. Ask for credit advice.
Okay. and so this is where the whole idea in real estate, right? What has real estate done for you, your family? What does it mean now that you're in it for yourself and not just seeing your mom do it?
So for me, real estate is a game changer, a life changer, not even game changer. Game is short term. Life is forever.
Yeah.
Because you pass on whatever you do in this lifetime to the next to come after you, and they have to convey more or less a little bit of what you instilled in them to the next generation. So it's forever in the sense. But real estate and understanding equity, how to leverage equity, and the way equity get built up.
Yeah.
In the way that you can take it to the next, but also holding the original asset.
Come on, sir.
And liquidating without losing the asset, as far as, you know, getting money out of it, buying 2 more property or even 1 more property or even buying a business.
Yeah.
It's second to none. The easiest way to get into that path, you know, that's the key thing, because that has my first house in 2010 that I purchased for 187.
You're like, man, I should have. If I could have, I would have bought more.
I wanted to, but you know, joint decisions don't always pan out that way. But that house has
just say a lot. Hey,
has given me that one house. Have given me 9 additional properties.
Okay.
Whether you count in land, single family, or condo.
Gotcha.
9 additional properties.
Now,
just by leveraging it.
Now that's you personally, right? So what about those people who are coming to you saying, Ronnie, it sounds good, you did it, but I don't know if it's possible for me, right? But because there are some people who say, yes, I believe it worked. It will work for someone else, but it won't work for me. So what are you telling them?
I tell them, what do you have to lose? Equity is something you gain without doing nothing, or a little bit of improvement to your home, and making sure your home is always in a very good / suitable condition, has value to where you can tap into that value relatively easy. It's nothing that is actively being done every day to make sure you gain that equity. It's just based on market, and based on where you bought your house and how desirable it is for others to live there and how much they're willing to pay for to live there or in that area. So it's nothing that you can or cannot do in the sense of, oh, you know, I don't know if I can. It's something that you have to do.
It's not even optional.
It's not optional. If you want to get ahead, well, you know, I mean, unless you're good at stock and Forex and crypto, you know, maybe you can have that.
Okay.
But I'm lazy in the sense, let it work for me.
And so this is where I think that for us as Black and brown people, right? So we hear all of these things. Now you're saying you bought your first house in 2010, right? 2010?
2010.
Yes.
Yeah, that's during the cooling of the economy before stuff started to go back up, like around 2012-ish.
Okay. So, but you in real estate is a long-term game, right? And so how did you keep from falling prey to the quick
Netflix, well, hey, if you pay $29.95, I'll show you how to make $300,000 in 7 days. How do you say, all right, I'm really in this thing, as opposed to falling prey and victim to all these silver bullets?
So I'll say two things. Slow and steady wins the race, right? You know that.
We know
that saying.
We know it, but we don't want to believe it. We thought
wins the race.
But that's old though, Ronnie. That's old.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Okay.
And as a young man at 13 years old, I was probably 13, 14-ish at the time, one guy told me something, and it stuck with me. I stopped. This older gentleman stopped me. We were talking, and he was like, "You know what? You're very bright. I was still working on my English as I'm now, as I am now. But he's like, you're smart, you're articulate, you're honest, because I can tell by the way you communicate with me and the way your body language is." He's like, I'm gonna give you one key piece of advice. It's better to make a fast nickel than it is to wait for a slow dime. So everybody's trying to get rich quick, but as a young person, somebody told me, don't worry about the flashy things, which is the dime, because it might take slower to come. And it most likely would take longer to come because of all the misses versus this guaranteed nickel. Just
get the nickel.
Get the nickel. By the time you get enough nickel, you'll have $1 when that person is achieving that dime.
Right.
So that's what I got out of it.
Okay.
You're chasing that dime, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose time. You might lose friends. You might lose family for trying to obtain somebody else's dream because they told you that is the dream, but you don't realize it's not your dream that you're chasing.
Gotcha.
So segue to that to say, chase your own dream and be willing to put the patience and time into it, because whenever you stub your toe, you're going to keep moving, keep walking, because you know where that goal line is for you, versus chasing somebody else's dream and you stub your toe and you're like, oh man, I knew I shouldn't do this. Now you're licking your wound too long and you miss the whole point. You feel?
Gotcha. All right, so really quickly, I know your business, we talked about in the 9 years, has built up to where you're doing solid business. We'll just leave it
consistent,
there. Consistent, solid, good business with good people. What do you attribute your success to as an immigrant who came to the U.S., someone who might not look like all of the successful agents in a marketplace? What are you going to say, hey, man, this is what got me here, what's keeping me here, and what's going to get me further ahead?
Yeah, honesty. One word, honesty.
That's it.
Walk away if it ain't for you.
Stop. So you're not going to sell me 7 secrets. You ain't going to tell me this program.
I get asked that all the time.
And
somebody told me I should write a book or do a podcast. I'm like, I'll be doing you a disservice. I'd rather give you the honest right now. And if you call me back, if you remember to call me back, then I'll see that you're serious.
Ronnie's like, here, my book will be 1 page, 1 word.
Boom, boom, boom. That's it.
They'd be like,
put a hardcover on it.
They'd be making with 2 hardcovers. They're like, man, somebody ripped that all the pages.
Goddamn right. Honesty. Listen.
So honesty.
It comes back
everything
tenfold.
You do.
It comes back tenfold. Even if you're doing the wrong thing, be honest about it. That's how I can put it. That's how good honesty is.
Hey, so hold on, wait. I want to look at people and say, hey, if y'all gonna do some crime, do not take Ronnie with y'all. But
Don't take me with you.
Hey, well, YSL trial would be in trouble because he's gonna be like, I'm telling on everybody. Listen,
no, I'm not telling nobody. I'm telling my truth.
He's gonna be like, I was there. I was wrong. Here's the wrong I did. I got to be honest about it. Come on, man.
No, honesty. Listen, when people feel you have their best interests in mind, they might not realize it right away. Because some people like for you to push them to make a decision, or actually make a decision for them without making them feel that you're making the decision for them. But being honest and educating people in this field of real estate is second to none, because you'll lose some people.
Now on that, a lot of us as realtors, as professional service providers, we're so afraid of losing that we'll tell them anything just to hold on.
But I'd rather lose you now than disappoint you later. I'd rather that. Free up my time, free up my mind space and my physical time, because then I can get somebody who can understand the way I work and appreciate what I bring to the table, you know, and being honest and losing people. When you're honest and lose people, they come back to you anyway.
Yeah.
Because after they get burned, they realize, oh my, you were looking out for my best interest. I'm sorry. How can you help me make this right? Or how can I make it right?
Yeah.
Then you have them for life.
Good stuff.
So you never lose people.
So you really are playing that long game. Long game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So speaking of the long game, before we finish up, let me ask you this. What's next for you? So I know you've got, so we're ambitious guys.
Oh, yeah.
We're appreciative. We're grateful for where we are, but there's more ahead. What's, let's say in the next 12 months.
Next 12 months.
What are you looking forward to? What is that thing that when you say the next 12 months will have been successful if Rony, what?
If I finish that broker's course, man, I got to put my people on pause, be like, hey, I got to get more education so I can serve you better. But they're like, well, can you do it in the same time as helping me?
Do it while you run with it? Like, yeah, we want you to eat, but you can
run and eat.
Okay, so
that would be something I can say, okay, boom, I done it, sat down, completed, check, you know. And addition to that, starting my GC.
Oh, you're going that route?
Yeah.
Boy, that's heavy.
That's instrumental.
That's heavy.
I'm getting my butt kick right now on a project I'm doing in Fort Lauderdale around the corner from you.
Oh, and that's,
I'm getting learning experience.
So you like that's your tuition.
That's my tuition.
Like son of a gun.
You took the word out my mouth. Listen.
Wait. I know we were talking about another project. Is this ain't the same project? You were doing another project. You're like, man, my folks messed up, and
I think I was doing 2 simultaneous projects. I wrapped up the condo. My tenants love it. They're paying me top dollars for it because I gave them something they wouldn't find anywhere else, you know, and that's service.
Yeah.
When I cannot find this anywhere else, or it don't make what I find elsewhere don't make me feel like this, I'm gonna come to you and pay more. And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
You're not, just give them something. They need it. They're gonna take it. No. Give them something they can appreciate.
Yeah, so they get that feeling when they come home. And
they can pay you on time. They can be at home. They can take care of it. Because why? They don't want to leave. So when you come and see it, they want you to see it still shining, glistening like the way you gave it to them. So same thing with real estate service or any service. Yeah. If I leave the barbershop and my tape is, you know, to the middle of,
I ain't got no problems.
You ain't got them problems. Let's say your beard is 1/2.
Hey, all of a sudden I'm like,
you know, you're going to be like, yeah, this side is sharp, but there's nothing there. I'm not coming back here.
I'm not coming back. And I'm telling my friends not to come back either.
So same concept. Anything you do, you just got to give it your best. So talking about those 2 projects before we segue. So I got done with that one. I have one in Fort Lauderdale that's been kicking my butt. The permitting process, working with the city mistakenly canceling my permit, then making it seem like somebody on my team that's doing the project and called and canceled. I'm like, that's all it takes? So can I go ahead and call
and resume and
no.
cancel somebody else?
Could I go cancel one of these big buildings on Las Olas? If that's all it takes is to pick up the phone and say I'm experiencing hardship, I got to cancel the permit that I just paid the fee for the day before. So why would I pay the fee the day before then call to cancel the next day?
Because you paying that fee causes you a hardship. That's what it is.
Right.
Like, come on.
So talking about that's my tuition. I rather invest in myself in the sense of something that I wholeheartedly believe in, which is having a physical asset that I'm putting money into that I know the aftermarket. I mean, I know the market value while I'm putting my dimes in it, almost like a bank. Like my analogy of real estate is a bank account that I can sleep in, because I can't go knock on the bank door and say, hey, can I sleep on the floor right quick? I have a few grand or a few $100,000 in here. Would you allow me to set up a blanket right here? I'm just
they're gonna be like, nah, bro.
So in that sense, real estate is a bank account that you can sleep in.
Nice.
You can always withdraw from with good credit. So there's always caveat, right? With good credit, with qualifying income, you can withdraw. But, you know, as a responsible individual, those aren't even optional, those 2 components to life, you know?
Got it.
So that's how I look at it. And I'm getting my learning experience from that property in order Well, for when I get into that GC, studying for it, into that role, I already have the experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Good stuff.
It's already ingrained.
Okay, so with everything that you've said, whether it's going to be broker, GC, doing more business, building more relationships, being the solid example for the family, right? How does Rony take care of himself?
Oh boy, that's a tough question. My God. Easy answer. Sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget. When you're grinding, when you're trying to achieve something, whether it's trying to achieve a change of narrative, whether it's trying to achieve a change of fortune, it's so rare that we think and stop about ourselves because we're too busy trying to take care of everybody else.
But you do know that if you go down, everything goes down.
And I've been more so aware of that lately.
Okay.
To know that, okay, pause, breathe. I'm always celebrating internal.
Right.
Because I don't want to overshine or look boastful.
Man, dude, I told you that when I saw you today. I said, dude, you know you doing some crazy stuff. And then every time I talk to you, it's always, hey, yeah, we out here hustling, grinding, we working, we building. I'm like, dude, you got to celebrate. You're like, I celebrate internally. I take good job. I'm like, dude, nah. I need to hear about Rony setting Fort Lauderdale on fire one weekend.
Listen.
Hey, I need them to be like, boy, Rony came through this thing, boy, left the streets ablaze.
No, they're not gonna find me at that intensity. Not yet, at least.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I do take my family on vacation. We go to places that most people think and dream of going. We go. Whether it's my kids been to Dubai, Africa. They've been everywhere in the Caribbean, parts of South America. Throughout the states. We celebrate that way, show them the difference in different lifestyle and different opportunities so they can make up their mind about where their place is in this big world, know that their options aren't limited. So for me, I'm doing it for them, but I'm celebrating me because it's a part of success to be able to pay for that experience and have your family enjoy it. So I am celebrating myself without being selfish.
Okay, without being selfish.
Best way to put it.
Got it. All right. So, first of all, thank you for your time. But now I got some rapid fire questions.
Let's go.
Ready?
What we doing?
Favorite color?
Blue.
Oh, easy.
Blue.
Is there a specific blue or just blue?
You know what? Not a specific blue, but why? Blue is both the color of the blue sky with a shine in, and when you're feeling sad. They intertwine.
Dang, dog. I would like to, yeah.
They intertwine,
Okay.
It's as dynamic as living because you're going to have some sunshine days with blue skies and you're going to have some down days where you're feeling blue.
Man, I ain't know we were going to get a whole philosophy.
So there you go, rapid fire, let's go.
Okay, so favorite food?
Oh my God. I'm Haitian, man. Zili and Suswa. White rice, bean sauce, No other way.
Easy question. Okay, Batman or Superman?
Oh man, Superman all day.
Why?
I used to want to be Superman back in my younger days to beat up my bullies.
The bullies that were making fun of you for dressing weird,
for dressing in church clothes at school.
So Superman, you're like, what? If I could take, so you're gonna open up the church clothes at school and bring that S out?
You remember the little string tie with the little round thing in the middle?
That's me.
Take that out and. Maybe Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. You have the
lasso him with the little tie string.
Okay. So, favorite book.
Favorite book. How to Win Friends.
How to Win Friends and Influence
Others.
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yes. Yep. That one.
Okay.
The audio book.
Audio book.
Yeah.
Why audio?
I collect books, physical book.
And so they like, boy, your next house ain't gonna be no bank, it's gonna be a library.
Listen, I have books for days. Most of them haven't been turned one page.
Okay.
But audiobook, I can listen to it in my car. I can put it in my headphone. It can reverberate in my head as far as staying on target and knowing that, you're gonna stumble. You're gonna have moments where, you feel the world is against you, but you remember, it'll get better. Sometimes you're reading, you might get lost in the words and the pages, but it don't stick as much as hearing it.
Right.
Because it's 2-dimensional, or is it 3-dimensional?
We're going to say yes.
Yeah, both.
We'll say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you hear it and you can feel it, you know?
Okay.
For me, it's the best way to consume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Final.
Listen, talking about audiobook, that Jeezy audiobook.
Jeezy?
That thing fire.
Boy, who you telling?
What?
What?
Hold on. Let me put them on point. Hold on. I got my best tool right here, SoundCloud. $5 subscription, no commercial, and you listen to stuff offline.
Okay.
Or you could upgrade and get the.
So you just now got on Jeezy?
No. I love Jeezy. Thug Motivation 101.
No, I'm talking about the book. So the moment that it came out, right?
Yeah.
I got it. I was in the Atlanta airport and I read the book and dude, when I say it was freaking phenomenal, I absolutely love it. Man.
Adversity
for Sale by Jeezy Jenkins.
Listen, the lessons you learn from everything you do in life are applicable to everything you want to do in life.
So I did a podcast episode where, based off of Jeezy's book, I said the dope game changed my life. And it's not something that I experienced. It was taking Jeezy's lessons and I'm like, okay, let me apply this. And then you hear and you see, because I think that one and then his latest album that came out is the one where we hear bits and pieces, but you talk about the honesty piece, right? When he's real honest and transparent in those pages and you start seeing, wait, I understand, and now a business person just selling the wrong product.
Coming back to honesty.
Right, came back.
Thug Motivation 101 was honest.
Yeah.
He told you, there's a message in the word, you got to decode it.
Yeah.
So don't listen to the lyrics and just jump up, pop bottle. Listen to what's being said.
Yeah.
You know, the world is yours and everything in it. It's out here. Get on your grind and get it. It's just not a tagline. It's not just a chorus line.
But he's speaking to an audience, right?
Yeah.
Where they aren't deep enough to grab what's being said, right? They just hear it and they bob their head and they say the words. They don't understand that there's something visceral and inside.
Like, you know, I forgot who said this. It ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But the ones who get it. You know, you don't have to. Some people take the thugging element, the killing element out of certain songs.
Yeah.
And some people take the grind and the tenacity, the perseverance.
Yeah.
They take that part out of the song, while somebody else who don't have that mentality yet will take the
negative side and they'll agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So two sides to the same coin.
All right. Yeah. Final question.
That's my favorite audiobook. My latest favorite audiobook.
Adversity for Sale. Jeezy Jenkins. No question.
Of course.
Okay. Final question for you. Best piece of advice you've ever received?
It's better to make a fast nickel than it is to wait for a slow dime.
Best piece. Hands down. At 13 years old, as a teenager, changed the trajectory for Rony.
For my mindset, yes. And I got to piggyback on top of that. My mom, when we got here to the U.S., as I started to develop more, she said something profound that sticks with me till today. She says, I am wiping down tables and mopping floors because I didn't have the opportunity to go through the system, get schooled, and understand how it worked. But if you're at my age later in life and you're doing the same thing, is, you know, laziness and, you know, callousness. Not in those nice ways.
Yeah.
Not in those nice words.
That's framed for the family.
That's the cleanup version of it. But yeah, so that stuck with me. Like, you come young enough to learn the system.
Okay.
And if you can visually see it, hear it, and immerse yourself in it, you become it.
Good stuff.
So that's what I took from there. So those two things are my guiding principle in everything I do.
Good stuff.
Because I'm not trying to run to get your cell just to make a quick dime, but in the long run, lose a few nickels that I could have made with you, whether it's 5 or 10 nickels, which is 50 cents, but I got a dime today.
Yeah. Rony, absolute pleasure, brother, as always. Cannot wait until the next one. I can't wait for this to come out to get the feedback, dude.
And next time I'll be more polished. Sorry, I am public speaking shy, but catch me one-on-one.
Hey, come on.
Now, catch me one-on-one.
So here's what I know. I know that this is going to help someone. It's going to help them get out of their comfort zone, get out of their head, and turn thoughts into actions faster. So I will make sure that I have all of your contact info. So when people want to do business with the Rony Thessier, they'll be able to get in contact with you, and then we'll change some lives, dude.
Of course. And another thing, surround yourself by the right people.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Surround yourself by the right people. Enough said.
That's it. That's it.